Hi, I'm Linda Hadway, and I'm going to be the instructor for this section of CS 1410. So CS 1410 is the second programming course, and it's about object-oriented programming. We're using a different language, so we're going to be using C++. And so the very first part of the course, we're going to be doing review of topics that you already know, loops and if statements and functions and classes, the beginning parts of classes, those kind of things that you've already worked with in your first programming class. But we're going to be introducing them in how they work in C++. So really you're going to be learning not necessarily new concepts at the beginning, but new syntax, right? How it looks in a different language. And then we'll move on to new concepts and talk about some more advanced concepts that are related to object-oriented programming. And we'll learn how some of those fundamental concepts that are used in advanced programming. So the course is outlined with learning activities, triad activities, and challenge activities. And the way that these work, the learning activities is where we teach the material. And our philosophy for teaching the material is that we teach by doing and you learn by doing. So as we're doing these videos, we're demonstrating the concepts. We're demonstrating what it looks like in code and how it runs and how it compiles. And so we're demonstrating the concepts in code. And the most effective way for you to learn them is for you to do them along with us. So open up your environment and go ahead and work with us as we're learning the materials. You do it. When it runs through your fingers, then it's easier to remember, right? Because it becomes more built-in knowledge if you do it while you learn. So that's the learning activities, and you can work through those. There's no points associated with that. That's just the process of learning. It's like showing up to class, right? Then there's try it out activities, and this is where you actually get to try it out. You get a little bit of instruction, but you're really trying out those things that we've learned. So now how does it work? And go through those topics that were taught and try them out. Then there's a challenge activity, and this is where you put together those skills into a project and make it work in a project. And you do that project and turn it in, and that's the challenge activity. There are some exams in the course, 3. I don't like them either, but those will kind of tap back on your material to see how you're picking it up and how you can recollect. Now, an interesting thing about this course, and this comes with the challenge activities, is that each time with the challenge activities, you'll be turning in a video. And the video is you explaining your code. Now, this has a lot of different purposes. One is it helps you vocalize what it is you just did. So sometimes as we're learning, it's like, okay, I can barely do that, but I'm not really sure what I'm doing. So this gives you the chance to say, oh, I did this. And what did I do? And to be able to walk through the code and say, oh, I did this, and I did this, and I did this. And then you understand. Another thing it does is it helps you become familiar with the vocabulary. How do you express to somebody what you know and what you're doing? This will become really critical when you're looking for a job or trying to get into an advanced degree, is being able to express the things you know. Because it's great that you know them, but it's even better if you can tell people what you know. And so this gives you a little bit of experience doing that, explaining what you're doing, sharing what you know, using the technical vocabulary that expresses to professionals what it is that you're doing. It's one of the things that we piloted this material, and in our original pilot, we were using a variety of tools to do as an editor, and a different tool that did the compiling, and a different tool that did the running, and package things together. We did this to be cross-platform and to learn how to package the tools together that are really used. It takes quite a few different tools for coding. And we also used version control using Git and GitHub. So these are important tools. These are things that you're going to need in industry and later in your even at college. These are important things to know. And we thought this was a great place to learn about those and to get practice at them. But in our pilot, we got feedback from students that said, this is too much, too early. And so it became a hurdle for them. Using these tools became a hurdle and distracted them from learning the programming that is the fundamental part of this course. So we're adapting that, And we're taking out the version control, and we're going to use instead, as far as the different tools, we're going to use an integrated development environment that has all of the tools already built in. And so the one that we're going to be demonstrating is CLion, and we chose that because it's professional grade, widely used in industry, but it's also cross-platform. So it works just as well on Windows as it does on Mac, and it does on Linux. So you can use this on any platform that is your favorite to use. And although it's professional and it's an expensive program, it is free for us as educators and free to you as students. So you'll get the professional package, but you'll get it for free. So that's the tool that we're going to be using. And we introduce that in Module 0 and get you familiar with how it works. What you're going to see, because this is a change that we made after the pilot, is that you're going to see us using different tools in the videos. And that's okay. The code is all the same. And we'll do this introduction activity where you get to see how to do it in CLion. And then you'll use that process over and over and over again throughout the semester. When you see it done differently on the videos, no need to worry. It'll work very similar in CLion. So hope that's okay. And if you have questions about that, let me know. In fact, if you have questions about anything, let me know. This is an online class, and sometimes that leaves us feeling like we're on our own, and that is absolutely not the case. I am here and actively engaged in this course. I plan on being here the entire semester, and for those of you who are stretching those bounds, early and late, I'm going to be around to help you out, and I'm happy to engage with you. So reach out if you have questions, if you have suggestions. By the way, I really like suggestions. If you see some way that I could make this course better for you, please reach out and let me know. Welcome to CS 1410.